Yo, Horror556, and we are back at it with some Forza Motorsport time trials. And today we have a new set of time trials, the Ultimate Automotive Playset. This is going to be in the Hockenheim Ring in Germany, and we are going to be using the Porsche 911 GT2 RS from 2018. Really nice car, nice and nimble. So yeah, let's go ahead, hop into it. Now this episode is something different because I am no longer on the controller. That's right, your boy graduated, I guess you could say. I have decided that I ultimately didn't want to use the controller for this one, and I wanted to try the wheel that I got. Now, it is a Logitech G920, so your pretty standard, beginner sim racing wheel. But I've had it for years, and it's been quite literally like my go-to. I use it mostly for Assetto Corsa because to me that's just like a real proper sim. So I don't really use it for Forza because I see Forza more as an arcade. But I decided that let's just challenge myself, try our best here as we get some, what's it called? Understeer? No, just the back end gets to us. But yeah, as you see, we currently are on a invalid lap, which I believe is due to the fact that we inherited this invalid lap from the previous lap after going off too many times. That happens a lot, and I think this corner, the sachs-kurve, is just going to be a nightmare for me specifically. Unfortunately though, if you want to see how well I am when it comes to adjusting to this, take a look at this. We go a little wide off the parabolica and we're over. Yeah, so I just kind of sat there. I'm just like, what the hell, man? But fortunately though, after about, as you can see, 5 laps, I was finally able to put in a clean lap, and a lap that would actually be useful on the leaderboard. So going into parabolica, try and turn in, and so that we could get as much of the curb as possible, or not much as the curb, but like, closer to the curb as possible. We're gonna turn in, so that we get a really good exit, as you see right along this long straightaway, and then you're going to get this very slow hairpin that we're going to go down to first gear, then short shift to second gear, so that we get a better exit and that we don't get too much wheel spin. I mean, I have traction control on, but still, stability control will kill you. We're going to get small braking going into Mercedes, but just let the car roll. Short shift to second, then short shift to third, or short shift down to second, short shift to third. Get a really good exit, 18 seconds through Mercedes. This is where this momentum will kill me just entirely. But it's okay though. We get a really good entry exit. And then the sachs-kurve, which is, I believe, going to be my mortal enemy throughout this video. I just couldn't understand it. As we go super wide, going towards the end, we're gonna really fall behind the ghost here. But it's okay, because it's not okay. It's not okay as we go into the gravel a bit. We do get a clean lap on the board, thankfully, a 146.1. Now, not the best, but again, we're on the board. Now, when I say sachs-kurve is kind of my mortal enemy in this video, I mean, you could just see right there. We don't have very much, stability over the car. Going into the carousel, we just go kind of too deep onto the curbs, and overall, not really bad through this tiny chicane here. I think it was just really kind of the turn-ins of what to do just kind of confused me, and then we get too early on the throttle, just a tad bit into the gravel, and in the lap right there. And then funny enough, quite literally onto the next lap after I just decided to skip it because, well, it's just going to be inherited. I just don't have it right there. And so, yeah, I just kind of go into the tire barriers. At that point, I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do this. We just stick with the 144.6. But if you think that's the end, this is not the end of the video, because at the end I just kind of gained composure and kind of just wanted to see. I don't know why we got this. What's it called? The livery. I previously had a faster lap of 145, like a sub 145. It was at 300, but as you can see, we are actually 207. So we did some progress. We were up 4/10 from our previous lap of a, believe, 145, which, yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. But we can definitely do better though. And here's lap 1. So like I say, it's just a nightmare as we just start drifting, going into sachs-kurve, and then I just start trying new things here. I go down to second gear to hopefully get a little bit more momentum exiting off the carousel. Hopefully. Here though, we just get too greedy with the gas and we just go completely off track. So that's not helpful. Damn near almost rage quit too. Oh yeah. I mean, this was very, very what is the word? Frustrating. This was very frustrating. Especially since, it's new on the wheel and I'm like, I could probably do better on controller, which I 100% can. I mean, like, look at that. Like, you dip a wheel into that gravel and you're almost spinning out. So, and we go off track here, exiting the carousel. So, at this point, though, I keep going because I don't believe I didn't go off track too bad. There's just a little bit track limits. So there we go. That's when you just decide to quit. But yeah, see, inherited. It's just not going to count. But yeah. Anyways, I will not survive when it comes to traction control and ABS turned off. Basically, almost all driving assist, apart from using the clutch. I'm still trying to learn to use the clutch, and God, I think I just overcomplicate it a lot. So it's okay though. We're learning, and that's truly all that matters. Is that we're learning. We'll be able to master it in whatever time frame we got. All right. So this is lap 4 of the second trial of trying to get a fast lap going. Really good exit into off turn 1. We go down to third, short shift to fourth after we hit the curb. Down to second, into third, exiting Parabolica. Gives us a really good exit as we go down this long straight. I believe this has a name to it, but I'm not really familiar with Hockenheimring as much. It's okay though. I'm gonna go down to first into the hairpin, short shift to second, and not a bad exit. We're still ahead of our ghost here. I'm gonna get small pressure to the brake, then go down to the throttle, kind of pushing the limits on track limits. Drop to second, shift to third, get a little brake, just kind of let it roll through. Ghost is ahead of us just by a little bit, and then our mortal enemy here is sachs-kurve, and yeah, we just go off track here. So yeah, unfortunate. It was a really good run, I believe. Even though the ghost is ahead of us, it was a really good run. But man, it's just like those small mistakes can really just catch you out or can just punish your lap. So, yeah, unfortunate. If this lap wasn't invalidated, it would be a sub 145, which is, well, what our first ever lap around here was. His next lap, though, I think was I know it was much better. We do improve to about a 144.7 exact. It's slower than the fastest lap that we have by about maybe 200ths, but again, improvement is improvement. This lap, though, pissed me off. I almost rage quit so bad in this game, in this lap in particular. So as you can see, exiting Mercedes, we are up. What is that? 8/10, I believe. We are up 8/10, and then of course going into sachs-kurve, lose 6/10, and then we just go ultra wide into the carousel and lose a massive amount of time. We don't just lose massive amounts of time. We don't lose the gain that we have. We lose the lap and we just lose the lap. See, I'm mad. I'm like stuttering right now. So just lose it off of sachs-kurve, and we went from 8/10 to 3/10. So what could have been an amazing lap could have went a sub 144 at best. Just turned into just a complete shit show at the end. And like I said, sachs-kurve is my mortal enemy. It just kicks my ass every single time. I just don't know what else to say. However, though, after some improvement, thankfully we were able to improve from a 144.7 to a 144.65. So we improved about quite literally like 5 thousandths of a second. Improvement is improvement, as I've said before, but it's not much. Unfortunately, though, that's the best we could do, as again, sachs-kurve catches me out, spin out. Yeah, I just kind of rage quit there. 144.695. It's not an improvement from our previous lap. But yeah. Ultimately, though, I just kind of regained my composure, and we go back out again for trial run number 3. And of course, in normal horror fashion, I forget to record, or I didn't forget to record, but I had no intention of recording. Just wanted to get a thumbnail for this video, but because I was on such a flyer, we actually recorded a 144.1 on our first lap onto the track, which is crazy to me because that's a huge improvement. That's around a half a second improvement from our previous best lap. So, I mean, what else can you say? I feel like we have a much better handle of the track around here, but yeah, I spoke too soon. Yeah, I almost rage quit there as well, but at that point, I almost rage quit, almost, just a tiny bit. This, though, is our final lap of the whole video. So, really good exit off of turn 1. Coming into the Parabolica, I mean, we're pretty far behind, but, you know, never give up. Gonna turn it really sharply so that we get a really good exit. Kind of corner cut just a bit, but we stay within track limits. Not the best, though, because I think we don't gain a bit of time, we kind of lose some, but it's all right. Gonna brake a little bit later. Almost skid the brakes. If we didn't have ABS, we just go straight on. We get a really good exit, though, which is great. We short shift down to 5th, pushing the limits on the track limits into Mercedes. a little wide going into the turn. Get really good traction. Thank God for traction control. Now we go into the infamous Sachs curve. We nailed that corner pretty well. Now going into this carousel, not a little wide. That's actually what we wanted. This is actually what we really wanted. We're gaining time from our previous laps. On for best time in our entire. Never mind, we're not in the best set. But coming down the straight, exiting this turn, we a really good exit. And this time, we do get an improvement of 0.2023 seconds for a best time of 144.081. Now at that point, I'm almost kind of over it. We've done damn near 30-40 laps around here. So final time of 144.081. Let's see what that puts us on the leaderboard. Hopefully we get a really good time. I don't expect many players to be logging lap times in because it's new, but we'll see right now. 109. We are top 3% currently as of yesterday. I'm recording this today, but as of yesterday, we are 109 out of 3,500. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, especially for using the wheel for the first time. Anyways, though, thank you all so much for watching. I can't speak. I'm over it. But be sure to like, subscribe, comment your time if you've done your time. I'm trying to reach my goal of 500 subs, so if you would subscribe, notifications on, I would greatly appreciate it. Shout out Horror Squad, y'all my gang, and I'm out, bruh. Peace out.
What the fuck? I could not be a bro, nigga, I'd rather die. I've been in the trash since when I was behind. You ain't talking money, you wasting my time. You got guns the same height as AI. Neighbors complain that don't like the smell. Nigga running the trap, we gon' set in the hell. Got so drunk at the show, I got up and I fell. Some money change hands, there ain't no going back. Nigga step in my trap and look like I rap. I always do one day, I stop crack a rap. I pocket some BBL booty, they fat. It's a call from the plug, now I won't call back. Got a word from the